Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 10-minute taster session of a chair yoga class. You obviously need a chair for this session. If you want to have a yoga mat with you as well, you can, but it's not necessary. You don't have to have a yoga mat. You just need to come to a comfortable seated position in your chair. We're going to bring the hands to the legs, and we're going to find a lovely length to the spine, maybe tucking the chin slightly down towards the chest just to find a length through the back of the neck. We're going to bring a close to the eyes. And we spend the first few moments bringing the awareness inwards, just noticing what the body feels like today. And knowing that as I'm guiding you through this yoga session, this is your yoga class. So if I suggest something that doesn't feel right for your body, then you're so welcome to take a break, come to a rested position, maybe choose a movement that we've done previously that you enjoyed and you want to do that one again. This is all about keeping your body safe. So make sure you're listening and noticing. And as we continue to bring the awareness inwards, let's take the focus to the breath, breathing gently in and out through the nose. And as you do so, try to take the breath a bit deeper into the body. So as you inhale, you might want to bring your hands to your tummy. As you inhale, feel the tummy expand. And as you exhale, allow the tummy to soften, fall back down towards the spine. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling slowly. One more here. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling slowly. And then let's bring an open into the eyes, hands back onto the thighs. And we're just going to gently move through the neck first. So let's turn the head gently from side to side. And you just work into your measure here. Notice how that feels into the neck. Let's take the gaze forwards. And now we're going to take the gaze up to the ceiling and down towards the legs. Maybe inhaling as you come up and exhaling as the gaze comes down. And as you bring the head up, you might want to gently press the tongue into the roof of the mouth. It just helps you find an extra stretch through that throat. Let's bring the gaze forwards. We're just going to bring the ear to one shoulder and then the other ear to the other. We're just gently stretching through the neck. Let's do one more on each side. And then we're going to bring that head back to stillness. Let's inhale the shoulders up to the ears and exhale down. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one like this. And then we're going to bring a roll into the shoulders. So shoulders forwards, up, back, and down. So as we're rolling through the shoulders, you might want to inhale as you come up, exhale down. Let's take the shoulder roll in the opposite direction. So just noticing how that feels into the back, into the shoulders, maybe even into the neck. Let's bring the shoulders away from the ears. We relax them down. We're going to inhale the arms up and exhale down. This time we're going to inhale the arms outwards and upwards and exhale down. Inhaling forwards and exhaling. This is our last one. So as the hands come down this time, they're going to land on the legs and we're going to lift the heels from the floor. So we're just coming up onto the balls of the feet. So you might need to shuffle to the edge of your chair to find the floor a bit more comfortably with the feet. So just beginning to work gently through the legs. Let's change this movement and we're just going to lift the toes from the floor. This might be more of a feeling than a movement. It's quite a tough one. We're more restricted in this direction. And then we're going to alternate. So we're lifting one heel and we're lifting the toes of the opposite foot. And then we're going to change this movement into a march. So let's just march the legs. And again, if this doesn't feel right in any part of the body and you will just stay with one or both feet grounded and doing that alternating action, then you absolutely can stay where we were before. And then we're going to change slightly. So we're going to tap the toe in front, toe tap, tapping the toes in front. And then let's change. So this time we're going to tap the heels in front. The toes rise up towards the ceiling, noticing how that feels through the legs, maybe through the ankles. And then we're going to bring those feet back to a grounded position. Let's inhale the arms outwards and upwards. We're going to leave the left arm where it is. Let's drop the right arm down. Hand lands on the chair as we come into a side bend here. And you're just going to your measure. So just leaning as far as you feel comfortable or confident to do. Just finding that lovely opening through the left side body. Let's float ourselves up. We're going to float that arm down. We're going to inhale the arms up. Let's come to the other side. So the right hand stays where it is. The left hand comes down to the side, lands on the chair. Let's come into that side stretch. Just feeling a lovely opening through that right side body. One more moment here. And then we're going to float that hand down as we bring the spine back up straight. This time we're going to bring the left hand to the right leg and we're going to find a lovely length to the spine, and then we're going to twist ourselves towards the right. The right hand lands behind on the chair and we're twisting and looking over that right shoulder. Breath is still flowing easily. Let's unwind and we're going to come to the other side. So right hand on opposite leg, left hand behind, looking over that shoulder. Breathing is just gentle, easy. If it becomes laboured in any way, then we know we've gone a bit too far into the shape. Let's unwind. We're going to squiggle a little bit to the front of the chair for this one. Let's bring the arms outwards. This time, as we lift the left knee, we're going to bring the hands together underneath. Arms float back out, foot lands. Right hand to chest, and then we're going to twist towards the left, arms out. So we're going to tap the hands under that leg, but again, if they don't quite reach and it doesn't feel quite right, then you absolutely don't need to touch the hands underneath at all. You're just working to your measure. We're going to go to the other side now. So tapping the hands underneath the right leg, left hand to chest as we turn towards the right. We're just going to do 2 more. Maybe exhaling as the knee comes up, inhaling the arms out, and then exhaling on the twist and inhaling back round. Let's bring the hands back down. So we're going to come into an option of standing, using the chair for support. So you're going to stand behind your chair so that you've got 2 hands on your chair. I'm going to stay next to my chair so you can see what we're doing. We're going to bring the weight, we're going to come into a balance. So we're going to bring the weight onto the left leg, going to lift the heel of the right foot, and we're going to turn that knee out to the side. We're going to come into tree pose. So you can keep that foot grounded. Maybe you land the right foot on top of the left, or maybe you can bring that foot maybe to the lower, kind of the ankle or the lower calf, or maybe up to that calf muscle. Avoid coming up to the knee joint. We don't want any pressure on the knee joint, so just keep that foot quite low. If balancing doesn't feel right, you can absolutely take this shape seated. So you can bring your foot to the calf muscle seated. Maybe you can find prayer with the hands, and this is your version of tree pose, seated tree or standing tree. One more moment wherever you are. And then we're going to land that foot, do a little bit of a shake with the legs if you need, and then we're going to come to the other side. So grounding down through that right foot, left heel lifts, knee comes to the side, and maybe the toes stay grounded, 1 foot on top of the other. Maybe you find the ankle, maybe you find the calf with the sole of that foot, remembering that you can absolutely take this position seated. There's no need for you to stand up. If you're not very confident with your balance, then it is absolutely fine to stay seated. You can have both of your hands on your chair in front of you. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more confident and you just have your fingers on the chair in front, whichever feels most comfortable for you. One more moment here. And then let's land that foot. We're going to come back to a seated position. Let's bring the hands down to the thighs. We're going to inhale the gaze up. Stick your bottom out, tailbone out, and then as we exhale, we're going to round through the spine. So we're inhaling and opening, exhaling and rounding. One more. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. We'll find that lovely length to the spine. Let's close our eyes. Awareness back inwards. Breathing into the tummy. And exhaling, release. Let's bring an open to the eyes. Let's take one last inhale together. Inhale the arms outwards and upwards. Palms meet. Exhale the hands to the heart. Namaste.